Imagine a street in a city at dawn where a child wakes up alone and unprotected, facing abandonment, violence, and poverty before the sun rises. Behind every case is a story of a tiny voice longing for warmth, care, love, a chance to develop and grow, a hug. By acknowledging this crisis, we have to ask ourselves, what can I do to help in a situation like this? That is the exact question that Keith and Ruth Paulison, missionaries from the United States, asked themselves when they founded the Casa Josefina in 2008. In their own village, Palpancay, on the outskirts of Cusco, they were seeing children at risk of abandonment daily. Families who had 8 children and could not feed one more, children born with disabilities to families who could not afford to care for them, children abandoned in the mountains of the village. Out of this need, the Casa Josefina was born. It started with one child and one caretaker, and little by little, child by child, it has grown into what it is today, and it has now touched almost 150 children in the time of its existence.
One of the beautiful things about the Casa Josefina is that we're what's called a transitory home. That means we're here for the time that the kids need us. And they enter into the walls of our home, and as you see, this is not an institution. This is a home. We're a family to them. We're a family for the time that they need us. Every child who enters into our home gets their own clothes, and their own clothes have actually even little threads sewn in them with a color to identify which clothes belong to each child. Every child is an individual here. They're not a number, they're a name, they're a person with a story. And we treat them all individually. And so we love them with the needs that they have in the time that they arrive to us. And so I would say that this is not just let's just put them somewhere where they need to be until they can go somewhere else. No, this is a time of their growth and their development. And we know that their being loved during this time impacts greatly who they will be as people. So there are lots of things that make this job kind of hard. One is the government in which we work under. Cases are slow. We want kids to be in families as soon as possible, and sometimes that's just impossible because of some of the government processes. Another really hard thing for us is trying to continue to run financially every month. It's costly to take care of kids. I always say it's costly, but it's right. There's a lot of fighting that goes on to help these kids exist in the system, to help them have medical care, to help them grow and develop, to help them speak. There's a lot that goes into all of that, but it's right to fight for them. And every day when we walk through the doors of this home and we see their smiles and we see their hugs, it reminds us one more time why we do what we do. And when adoptive parents come from all over the world to adopt their children, we're reminded this is why. This is the goal. This is why we are Casa Josefina. This is why we love children for the time that they need us. And then we help try to lance them into the world to be able to make impacts as adults and young adults and in their families, and to plant the seeds of God in them and to send them out into the world. That is our goal.